What if I told you that some of the best music coming out of South Africa right now isn't amapiano, not hip-hop, not house, not G-com. It's happening quietly, in bedrooms, on SoundCloud pages, in thrift stores, on Instagram stories, and in tiny creative circles that most people still haven't discovered. And yet artists like Siinaye, Enocs Mae, Dfwne, Impulse, Cindii Masina, Frank the Outcast, Nexa, Oshun Grizzly and Sakhile are building something that feels bigger than a genre. They're creating a movement. And honestly, the rest of the world is starting to notice. For years, South African music has been defined internationally by a few dominant sounds: kwaito, house, amapiano. But underneath all of that, another scene has been growing. A scene built on soul music, jazz influences, alternative hip-hop, R&B experimental production, and a refusal to fit neatly into a box. Some call it neo-soul, others call it alternative. The artists themselves often reject labels entirely, and maybe that's exactly why it's working, because what we're witnessing isn't a genre, it's a generation. South Africa's new wave of neo-soul and alternative artists are creating music that feels deeply personal while sounding completely timeless. The first thing you'll notice is that this music doesn't chase trends. It's not trying to go viral. It's not designed around TikTok. It's built around feeling. There is patience in the music. The songs breathe. The production isn't overcrowded. The vocals aren't fighting for attention. Everything feels intentional. That's exactly what makes this South African version so special. These artists understand that timeless music doesn't scream, it lingers. Years later, you're still returning to the same songs, finding new details, hearing things you missed before, and that's becoming increasingly rare. The exciting thing about this scene is that there isn't one leader, it's a collective effort. Siinaye continues to blur the lines between soul, alternative music, and contemporary South African sounds. Enocs Mae has become one of the most exciting voices in the space, bringing emotion and vulnerability into every release. Dfwne's music feels intimate, almost like reading pages from a personal journal. Then you have artists like Cindii Masina, whose work combines modern R&B sensibilities with a distinctly South African identity. Frank the Outcast continues pushing creative boundaries. Nexa represents a new generation of artists who understand both songwriting and world-building. Sakhile brings depth, warmth, and authenticity. What's fascinating is that these artists aren't competing with one another. They're collaborating, appearing on each other's projects, sharing audiences, building a culture instead of chasing individual success. And that's how scenes become movements. But here's what most people miss. This isn't just about music. It's about aesthetics, fashion, photography, design, community. The entire scene feels like an extension of the music itself. Nothing is overly polished. Nothing feels forced. Everything feels lived in. The fashion especially tells an important story. Thrifting has become part of the culture, not just because it's affordable, but because it's expressive. Wearing something unique has become just as important as making something unique.